They tell us a lot of crap about retirement. They tell us how to get ready for it. We get a lot of information that we'll never use. Some of it has a lot of value about not going broke when we're retired, about not being bored when we're retired. But there's one thing nobody is telling us about, and personally for me, it's a little concerning. Lonely. So here's five ways that Gen X can do away with the loneliness shock and build your retirement to suit you. You can get really lonely after retirement. What can we do about that? It can get lonely really fast. And that is the part that blindsides people. Because the real shock in retirement is not losing the paycheck. We know that's going to happen. It's not having to set an alarm, because we know that's going to happen. But many of us don't consider what it's going to be like when we don't have our routine, when we don't have the regular people in our lives. And loneliness can set in, and usually does, pretty daggum quickly. So although this is a very real possibility that could hit us all, there's things that we can do about it right now. We as Generation Xers, we were the latchkey kids. We know what it's like coming into an empty house. We know what it's like not having anybody around. We can handle this, but you need to start preparing for it now, because your pattern of life is going to change significantly when you finally stop going into the office every day. This may be a hybrid work. This could be a glide retirement, but at the end, you're still going to have less and less physical contact with people on a regular basis. What can we do about that now? So the day after you retire, if you're just completely walking away and saying, that's it, not punching a clock ever again, phone's going to stop ringing. You're not employed anymore. Your routine completely changes, if not disappears. Yes, we may all celebrate it because it feels like we're on vacation those first couple of weeks, or so I hear. But still, reality is there's a lot of hours in a day. There's a lot of days in the week that we need to start thinking about now on how we're going to fill it. Now, me personally, I have started living my non-work hours as if I'm retired. I am pursuing things that I've been putting off, because why not? I need some joy in my life. I need to realize that I have worked all of these years to be able to do these things. What is it you've been putting off? Do you want to learn to fly fish? Do you want to spend more time with the grandkids? Do you want to go volunteer at a soup kitchen, at a dog rescue, at the hospital with the premature babies? I don't know. What is it that you want to be doing instead of working when you go to work every day? Start thinking about that now, and why not spend a few hours a week beginning that, already enjoying that, getting that set up so that as you do your glide or hybrid or full bore retirement, it's already prepared for you. For years, your identity, whether you intended it or not, was your job. It was what you did. For those of us who weren't self-aware, it's who we were. Hey, Jen, who are you? Well, I'm a document controller. No, I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a wife. I am a phenomenal aunt. That's who I am. I am a lover of dogs. I enjoy gardening. That is who we are, not what you did as an occupation. So we have to get back to those basics and figure out, who are you? And this is where we Gen X have a chance to reinvent the world yet again. Most of us have never done this step: Retirement Reality Reset Kit and the Retirement Calculator spreadsheet. You have to know your number before you can make any decisions about your future. You don't want to go to retirement and realize you can't afford it. Let's figure that out now and see what life is going to look like later. We're not going to do retirement the way everybody thinks it should be done. We're going to do it on our own terms. And here are some ways that we can all do it like we mean it. Retirement is not something you just arrive at. We've covered that. You don't have to wait to 65. You don't have to retire at 65 if you want to keep working. It is not something that you just go, wow, I heard it was going to come, kind of like menopause. Here it is, ta-da. No, it's something we prepare for. We prepare for it financially. We prepare for it with our health insurance and our patterns of life. But this is where we need to really focus, especially for the initial glide into this, because we don't want to ruin what should be a phenomenal, I've made it experience with, oh, there's nobody else here. I'm alone. I'm lonely. Because there is a difference between being alone and lonely. We're talking about being lonely. I personally love being alone. So here's 5 ways that Gen X can do away with the loneliness shock and build your retirement to suit you. First thing you want to do is build your people before retirement. Build your people before you need them. Previous generations, they relied on friendships. Many of our friendships are tethered to the job. It's just the fact of modern day living. So when you retire, you may feel like you've lost the friendships overnight. A lot of your common ground evaporates because you're no longer part of the office dynamics. So build your people now. If there's people in your life at work you want to bring with you into friendships and retirement, then begin creating foundations in those friendships that have nothing to do with the job. What do y'all have in common outside of where you work? You have some shared interests outside of work? These are things you need to start looking at now. And if you find out that you do not have friendships that are going to migrate with you from office to retirement, we need to build some social structure. Is that siblings? Is that people at church? Is that the FedEx person? The Amazon delivery person? I don't know. Only you can decide. But Gen X, get in front of the loneliness, number 1, and build your people now so that when you retire, that one piece is already in place. And this is going to include, but not be limited to, it's going to include, but not be limited to, the non-work relationships. Now, many of us have never been great at making friends once we left school. We all went through that season. Oh, it was so much easier to make friends back when we were in school versus in the adult working, get through it, raise the kids, go to the sporting events, do the church activities, world that we found ourselves in. And this is very true. But we have to figure out where to meet people of like mind, like activities and hobby. Internet makes us very accessible to figure this out. There's meetup groups, there's walking groups, there's hiking groups, there's cooking classes, there's dance classes, there's exercise, there's gyms, there's all sorts of non-traditional, let me go meet somebody to date them. Hey, that's online too. If you want to find somebody to date, check out the internet. It's out there. Be wary, be careful, practice great self-preservation skills, but you can do that too. And loneliness, it doesn't come from being alone. It comes from not having anyone in your life that cares if you show up. Not having anybody expecting you. We have to stop letting the job be our identity. And you got to stop that now. For those of us who have never become self-aware enough outside of our current routines and existence to figure out who we are and what we like and what we're interested in, you gotta do it. It's interesting. It's quite the journey. You will find that you're a much more interesting person than you probably ever gave yourself credit for, and there is nothing limiting you except for you. You always thought you might be interested to learn how to make sushi? Did you want to scuba dive? What is it that you've always thought you would like to try or that sounded interesting? You can now pursue those things. You don't have to wait till retirement. Again, retirement doesn't have to be a bam, you're there. it can be a gentle, easing transition, which I personally am attempting. No, I'm more than attempting. I'm personally easing into my retirement. I am rehearsing my retirement right now. And the way I'm doing that is all those things I always thought was interesting. Or little projects around the house. I want to learn how to do a self-watering garden container in a big black yellow topped storage tote. I'm doing it. There's no reason not to start. In Gen X, women of a certain age, men right there with us, we have been building our entire lives, building our careers, building our families, building our community. It's time to quit asking, what am I building? And ask, what am I becoming? There are more sunsets behind us than there are sunrises in front of us. And you need to live with intention and build the life that you want starting today. Don't wait until the retirement party. Don't wait until that first day that you don't have to wake up to an alarm clock on Monday morning. Start building it now. Life is meant to be enjoyed, and enjoy it we must, or else it's going to pass us by. I think Ferris Bueller said it best. Life moves pretty fast sometimes. If you don't stop and look around, you might just miss it. I paraphrase that, but my fellow Gen Xers, you know the theory behind that. You know the intent, the sentiment behind that. For me, I'm still going to crave structure when I no longer have a job outside the house to go to. I have got my own personal passion projects. This channel is one. I have other things in the works. I will still get up and get dressed, even on weekends or vacations. If I don't get up and get dressed, I don't feel like my day started. So for me, that is a must do. What sort of structure do you want to build into your life when you no longer have to go to a job outside your house, or you have a very limited amount of time that you have to go to this job? Start thinking about that structure now and start practicing it. Maybe it becomes your weekend life. I still have to get up at 1:30 every morning so I can do my hour-and-a-half commute to my job and do that for 9-10 hours and then do my hour-and-a-half commute home. But on weekends, I don't have to do that. What rhythm of life do you want to see for your weekends, for your practice retirement? I spend time in the evenings. So actually, for me, it's more the morning hours. I have my extra time in the mornings to do my retirement projects and hobbies, but perhaps yours is in the evening. But start setting aside a few hours a week to start indulging in what your retirement activities are going to be. Start enjoying them now. You'll find you can start enjoying those activities now. So go attend a class. Start developing your anti-loneliness structure. Get your people in place by living your retirement now. Freedom without structure feels like floating. Structure gives you intentional living. And structure gives freedom direction. Just because we're not working outside the house anymore, or we're working a heck of a lot less, doesn't mean we have to or we should give up on goals. Goals and structure will always be necessary for those of us who have more things that we're not done doing. We're not done trying, we're not done learning, we're not done wondering, we're not done rethinking, and for some of us, we're not done teaching. Go to the description, pick up some of those books right there, some work planners. Start doing those before you retire from your job. If any of this has hit a chord with you or resonated with you, punched you in the face, like, share, subscribe. I post Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'm Jenny. I've got a little to say about a lot of stuff, all of it having to do with the best foot forward for the next chapter of our lives, for my life. Y'all keep coming back. I'll see you soon. Stop recording.